So this member just closed his first $5,200 client. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to help him deliver. And the reason why I'm doing this is because of two reasons. One, because I offer something called First Client Reward, where I personally help members with their first client. That way they can remove all that anxiety about service fulfillment and actually kickstart their career. And it would also be beneficial for you guys to see exactly how a seven-figure agency owner delivers results, so you can just copy the strategy, the thought process, and get up and running yourselves. I'm going to walk you through everything from the strategy, the system build, and even some of the hidden techniques that I currently use inside my 151K a month sales system agency. So let's get into it. First high value client closed at 5.2K. Super excited to share that I've officially closed my first high ticket SaaS client at 5.2K with a 3-month commitment. So 3-month commitment, that's insane. Huge shout out to Saad for his incredible guidance and support. No worries, my friend. Couldn't have done it without his help. Grateful for the push to step up, take the calls, and make this happen. Feeling pumped for what's ahead. Fire emoji and bicep emoji. So congratulations, my friend. 5.2K, 3-month commitment. That's like insane, right? I believe this member joined like 2 months ago, and he came from another community hosted by a good friend of mine. It's called Nick's Rife. Shout out to you, my friend. So I'm gonna walk you guys through exactly how we're gonna help this member fulfill for his client. That way he can retain this client, upsell them, and essentially just kickstart a successful career as a sales and agency owner who consistently closes 3 to 5 all the way to 10K deals. Okay, so here is a document that this member actually gave me. This is basically like an onboarding. So to give you guys some context, when a client pays you, the usual step that comes after that is the kickoff/onboarding call. So during that call, they essentially have to fill out a form. What I would recommend is always fill out that form together on that call. It's going to take you 15 to 20 minutes. That way you gather all the information that you're going to need to actually build the project, deliver the results, etc. Okay, so he gave me this document. Essentially just compiled everything into a Google Doc and gave it to me. So we have the first name, last name of the client. Obviously, I'm just going to put X. I'm not going to explicitly mention the name of the client. Obviously, the company website URL, I'm just going to put X. And then this is basically their offer. So these are questions that are included in that questionnaire. If you're wondering how this looks in practice, so this is called Welcome to Your Onboarding. So this is the one that I use. Obviously, there's multiple onboarding questionnaires for each industry. What I've done the other day is I compiled 10 to 15 industries, and I essentially just shared it with the community. That way, like if they have like a client in the recruitment space, they can send the right industry-specific form or like questionnaire. Let's say it's cybersecurity, let's say it's B2B SaaS, whatever. So it has to be tailored and specific for that exact industry. So you click on Start. So there's multiple questions here. You can definitely take a look at this because you can literally see the link, right? So we have walk me through your main service, exactly what you do, etc. Who do you serve? So this is exactly here, just compiled. The answers are just compiled in this Google Doc. So what does this client actually do? Well, they help car dealerships sell more cars by sending personalized video messages using their app. Surprisingly, this client is actually fun to work with, and it's very straightforward. As you can see, it's very simple. We help car dealerships sell more cars by sending personalized video messages using our app. So essentially, they have like a SaaS. Okay, so this is very simple, which is actually a surprise because you're gonna notice that when you're gonna work with clients, they have very vague offers. Like we build agile systems for marketing teams. Like who talks like this? But I even simplified this onboarding for you guys and for him too, so you guys can just understand what the client actually does in very, very simple terms. Okay, so this is my writing. Basically, I just compiled this onboarding and I turned this into this more simplified document. So what do? Well, they help car dealerships sell more cars. It couldn't be more simplified. How? They built an app that lets salespeople send quick, fun video messages to people who might buy a car. So that's amazing, right? That's a really, really good app. It's very cool. Now, who they help? Well, they help big and small car dealerships in the US and Canada, especially ones that sell brands like Toyota, Mercedes, and Chevy. I believe this is Chevy. And then they talk to the bosses at those places, such as owners, sales managers, and general managers. So this app, his client's app, helps book more appointments, so 15% more, built by real car sales pros. And there's no long contract, no headaches. They can cancel whenever they want. So it's super fast to start and works with the tools that they already have in their car dealership. Now, the biggest problems their clients have is that they want to sell more cars, obviously. They want more people to actually show up for appointments because that's a big bottleneck in their industry. People don't actually show up. And they want their team to be excited and follow the plan, and also want better reviews so the manufacturer is happy because they're going to sell more cars, obviously. Now, how does his client make money? Well, each dealership pays around 75K per year if it works well for them. Okay? So this is basically the onboarding simplified. I'm gonna walk you guys through the fulfillment strategy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find people who work at car dealerships. Okay, so we're gonna use a lead sourcing database to find these people. Okay, it's gonna be Apollo, and we're gonna scrape it using Apify. Apify is basically like a marketplace for scrapers where you can find tools that help you gather leads and scrape leads from big data sources such as Apollo, LinkedIn, anything really. I'm going to walk you guys through this step by step. It's very simple. And then the industry is going to be automotive. The reason why is because we only want car people, not folks selling shoes or tech, obviously. So if they don't sell cars, they're not a good lead. The company size is going to be from 1150, 51 to 200. Reason why is because if it's too small, might not have the money. If it's too big, maybe too slow or stuck in old system, we don't want them. So these sizes are perfect, big enough to afford the tool and small enough to move fast. The titles are always going to be general manager, dealer principal, internet manager, sales manager. The reason why is because these are the people who make decisions and care about selling more cars. Because if we message random sales reps, well, they can't buy. We talk to the boss. Okay. The location is going to be US and Canada. Reason why is because this is where the market works best. In the US, it's made for those markets, not Europe or Asia. And then the keywords, we're just going to use a couple keywords such as the Toyota, Lexus, Auto Group, etc. Reason why is because these are the car brands we know love this kind of tool that this client actually provides. So if a dealership sells one of those, they're more likely to say yes. Okay. So now we have the step-by-step strategy. Let's go ahead and implement this. Okay. Let me close all of these tabs and let's just go to Apollo. So this is step one. We're going to go to Apollo and then we're simply just going to log in. You just have to sign up for free. It's very simple. Even if you've never built a list on Apollo, you'll be good to go because it's very simple. So you just want to go to find people, make sure you're always in the net new tab, and then you see all of these parameters that you can just configure. It's very, very straightforward. You have like the location tab, employees, industry, etc. But you can spend like a few minutes just playing around with these filters. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to email status, make sure it's always verified. Okay, that's all. And then we're going to go to job titles, and then we're just going to copy this job titles that we have. So general manager, we can just type them here. General manager. And click OK. And then we want dealer principal. Dealer principal. And then internet manager. And then we also want sales manager. There we go. And then obviously we're going to go to employees and we want from 11 to 20, 21 to 50, 51 to 100, and 100 to 200 because this falls within the criteria, 11 to 200. Industry, which is going to be automotive. So we're just going to go to industry and then just type in automotive. Automotive. Okay. So we're already at 38K, which is huge. We want to narrow it down a little bit. So we're just going to put the keywords, which are Toyota, and then Lexus. And then we're also going to put Auto Group. So Auto Group. And then another one, okay. There we go. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna add the location. It's gonna be United States. United States. There we go. Awesome. So we have 3.4K. Time Auto Group, Stanley Auto Group. These are all car dealerships. So this is a car dealership. Let's check another one. TimeAuto.com. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so this is the car dealership. Is it? Yeah, okay, sweet. Awesome. So now we have this list. What do? We need to scrape it. So the platform that we're going to be using is going to be Apify. Okay, so this is basically like a marketplace for scrapers, tools. You can scrape Google Maps, internet, like Instagram. You can scrape Amazon, whatever you want, LinkedIn, etc. So the scraper that we're going to be using is going to be the Apollo 50K scraper because it's a pay-per result, extremely cheap. So $1 per like 1,000 leads. So in order for you to access this and actually use this routinely, you just got to upgrade your Apify account to the startup plan. They're going to give you $39. And essentially it's just like a pay-per lead. Okay, so $1. So you're going to take $1 from the 39 every 1,000 leads. Okay, so how do we use this scraper side? We'll simply just going to copy this URL, very easy, and simply paste it here. The total numbers of records required, you can put whatever you want. Okay, you can put 2K, 3K, all the way to 3.4K. I'm just gonna put, for example, 1,000, and then make sure the output is always clean. And then I'm gonna put 1,000 here. So I'm gonna get charged $1. Okay, $1.2. Okay, so save and start. So now the scraper is gonna go ahead and scrape the data for me. If I go to log, you will see scraping successfully started, found 100 results, okay? And then it's going to be auto-populated in the output, okay? So this is exactly what's happening under the hood. So you will see overview, this is like a table, and you will see that we got the first and last name, so David. You will see that we have a couple records where we don't have the email, but we don't care. We also have the organization name. So essentially the organization name is like the dealership name, the website, the LinkedIn URL of that person. We also get their phone, like their picture, which is pretty creepy. We have the state. We also have the postal code, which is something that we're going to be using. It's a very, very cool technique that I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so now that the scraper is scraping our data, I'm going to walk you guys through the system build that we're going to be building. Okay, so this is the step-by-step system build. Step one is we're going to access the data from Apollo using Apify. We're just going to use make.com for this, which is basically like a no-code tool. And then we're going to verify the emails. And then we're going to find the competitors using Google Search API. So we're going to query dealer near zip code, right? So that's like the real juice of this system. So we're going to compare the car dealership with the other dealership in the same zip code because it creates this competitive advantage. Okay, it creates urgency because we're going to use this in our email, which is going to be the connector copy. So imagine receiving an email where you have the subject line competing with competitor. Like obviously we're just going to click on it, right? You're going to be like, who the hell is this guy? So we can use that in our advantage so we can actually deliver the results for our clients. Okay, so hey, first name, notice dealership name is going head to head with competitor in location. Boom. So this is like the first opener, right? They recently started using our video messaging tool. Sales reps record 20-second videos right inside their CRM and get notified when leads watch. Results so far: 31% more leads turned into appointments, 24% higher show rates, and 9-minute average response time to new internet leads. I think a setup like that could help dealership name bring more folks from inbox to showroom. So this is an excellent copy that we're going to be using. All right, so we finished scraping. Now we're just going to go ahead and implement all this stuff. I'm going to go to make.com and it's going to be very, very simple. I'm going to take your hand and walk you through everything. So I'm just going to go create a new scenario. I'm going to go to Apify, get data set items. Okay, so we're going to click on this add button, go to connection type, Apify API token. And then for you, you're just going to go to settings, go to API integrations and copy your API key, and then simply paste it here. and then click on save. Okay, now we're gonna go back, and then you're gonna go to storage, and then go to dataset ID and copy it, and then simply paste it here. This is the limit how many records you want. So I'm just gonna put one here and click on save, and then let's just run once. So now we got essentially the data in make. So first name, last name, the email, the title, which is the dealer principal, exactly our ideal customer. We have the number of employees, company name, company LinkedIn, person's LinkedIn, and then we have the zip code, keywords. We also have the company short description. Excellent, right? So we can even add like a one-line personalization here on top if we want. Let's read through this and see maybe we can add it. Lexus of Tulsa, it's our mission to provide the drivers of Tulsa, OK, and surrounding areas with prestigious luxury cars from Lexus. From unparalleled customer service to world-class quality, we implement our high standard every day to meet high expectations as customer. Yeah, let's add like a one-line personalization. Yeah, let's actually do it. Why not? We can add like a one line here on top. Yeah, we can add like a one line, and then we add the noticed. Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be get data from Epify. And then next step is we want to verify the emails because we did access data from Apollo using Epify. So the reason why I want to verify the emails because whenever you scrape data off the internet, you need to double check if those leads are actually valid. Do they actually exist? Okay, just for our sanity, so we can make sure we actually reaching out to actual people that are real. Okay, now there's multiple platforms that are gonna allow you to verify emails. There's mails.so. I think this is one that is very cheap. I believe it's pricing. Okay, so it's $49 per month. Okay. Or you can get the business, which is $10. Another one, which is Mail Tester Ninja, a really cool platform. Very cheap. So unlimited, it's $4, I believe. Or oh yeah, oh wow, they actually increased their price. It was $4, now it's $7. Okay, but it's still nothing. It's $3. So these are the platforms you can use. I can use my own platform, which is SSM Masters, which is basically like a SaaS platform that I built specifically for people in my community, which is this one, SS Masters. So find and verify contacts at scale. Starting a sales agency shouldn't break the bank. You don't need bloated tools or overpriced subs. Build smart, spend less, and scale fast. And then this is like the dashboard. So built-in email verification for clean data every time. So we have the email finder, email verifier, bulk processing. So we can like just upload like a list of 5K leads, and then we just find the emails of those people in the company, verify them all automatically. And you see this thing that I added, built with love and fanaticism. We use this daily, obsess over speed and accuracy, and actually making tons of money, not just talking about stuff and just theory. And then I added here, free for all SSM community members, skip the $400 a month SaaS tax, because think about it, like these SaaS platforms like Mails.so, Mail Tester Ninja, and Email Finder, all these platforms, they're all taxing us, very expensive, especially like the costs. You're not looking at just this month, next month, and it just adds up because we want to do this long term, right? Because we want to build a business, not just work on one-off projects and call it a day. So this is the reason why I built this stuff, is just so I can provide real value to people and actually lower costs, not just surface level value. I think the real value is actually lowering the costs for people so they can actually work and actually do the work. So get full access without worrying about platform costs. Your unfair advantage now built in. If you're wondering how this looks, people just log in. This is basically my SSM. Yeah, this is like my dashboard. If you're wondering how I like manage people, like inside, you will see that the API uptime is like 99.99%. We have their error rates, which is 0.15. And this is like the user management. This is basically here, people that are inside in the community. And then I can essentially just click on edit. I can add more than 50K tokens per member. I can just put, for example, 10,000. I click on add, and every member gets more. Okay, which is pretty cool, right? So let me just log out, and then let me just log into my account. So there we go. This is like the dashboard. This is the verify email. I have the find in the email. So this is the email finder, bulk finder, which is input your CSV, and then you're just gonna find emails instantly. And this is like the dashboard. Okay. So obviously I'm not gonna use this now because you guys don't have this, but I'm gonna show you guys how to use some of these platforms like mails.so that I talked about. So simply just sign up and then go to your accounts. I already have like an account here, I believe. Yeah, I already do. And then I have like 57K credits here, but I'm gonna go to API. And I believe in make.com, we already have like a module here called mails.so. Okay, it's already here. So make an API call. Is it make an API call? I believe it's it's validate a single email. Okay, so I already have an account here. The way you're gonna do this is you're just gonna go to API key, and then you're just gonna copy this thing, then go back and then simply paste it here. Name this whatever you want, and then click on save. And then let's see if the first email is actually valid. So email, okay, and then run once. So deliverable, okay, deliverable. But before we proceed, we need to add a condition because if you guys noticed, some of the records, we don't have an email, like here, null. Okay, so what we want to do is condition email exists. So email exists, question mark, and save. And this is going to be verified email. Okay, let's just save this now. And then since now we've verified the email, we need to find the competitor, okay? And then we're gonna use the Google Search API. Okay, very sweet. So I'm just gonna go to Google Search API. This is the one that we're gonna be using. So for example, let me do this manually so you can understand. So let me go here and then organization name. This is Lexus of Tulsa. And I can add near zip code. Oh, actually, no. I should add, let me go back. I need the zip code. So zip code, zip code, zip code. This is the one. So I can type in dealerships near this. These are all dealerships that are near our lead. These are all their competitors. Each record that we have here has a competitor near them, obviously. So we're just going to say, hey, notice the competitor near you. So let's just go back here. And this is how you do it basically manually. Now I'm going to show you guys how to automate this stuff. So we're going to go to Open Playground. And then this is the endpoint of this Google Search API. So we're going to click on this plus button, go to an HTTP, make a request. Let's close all these tabs so you don't get overwhelmed. And I'm just going to put myself here because it's going to be very annoying when you can't see anything. I'm all about the user experience, right? Okay, so first of all, we're not going to worry about this URL because I already have like a URL that we're going to just plug and play. But let's just put the headers here. So go to headers. So Rapid API Google Search, copy this entire thing, paste it here, and then go to headers again. And then this is the one that we want. This is the API key. So once you sign up, you have your own API key. There we go. And there we go. Make sure to parse the response. So check this out. This is the URL that we're going to be using. So query Toyota or Chevrolet or Honda or Ford or Nissan car dealerships near. Now we're going to have to add the zip code. So zip code, there we go. Is it zip code? Okay, postal code. Okay, sweet. So now click on save and then find or search competitor. And then we're going to add a filter here. Condition only if the email is actually deliverable. So results equals deliverable if email valid. Because obviously we want to deal with only valid emails. So run once. Obviously the first email is valid. And then let's check this out. So there we go. Let's just go to data, results, 1. So Nissan dealer in Alexandria, VA, used cars. Okay, this is the company. There we go. So that's a car dealership in that zip code, within that zip code that is the competitor of that lead that we put here. If you notice, here's the input. So data. So search terms Toyota or Chevrolet or Honda or Ford Nissan car dealerships near this. Okay. So now since we have this, okay, we have these results. We want to get it and just structure it using AI. So we're just going to use any AI model. Let's just use Claude. You can use any AI model that you want. Okay, you do not need to be married to them. So I'm just going to use my own key here. And then model is going to be 3.7 sonets, max token 750, not that much. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in, this is the prompt. So retrieve the dealership name from results, which is going to be title, URL, output, the dealership name with no LLC, LTD, and no additional text. Okay, let's save this. And then let's just run once. So there we go, Passport Nissan. So this is the dealership name. So this is going to be gets or structure competitor. Okay, so now we have everything. We have the competitor, it's set up. We can generate some sort of personalization, just like I talked about. In fact, let's actually just do it now. So I'm just going to copy this. Just copy this module, and then let's just name this personalization. And then let's just save this and auto align. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click on this personalization module, and I'm going to delete this. And then I'm simply going to go to my 7-figure prompts, where I basically plug all my prompts here. This is a document that I share with people in my community. And then what do we want? Let's see. Recent achievements prompt. Paste this here. And then we're going to feed in the company description, which is company SEO description and short description. Okay, and then let's check this out. Congrats on the dealership growth. Curating luxury experience that resonates beyond Tulsa is rare in the automotive retail. Wow, excellent. That's a really good personalization. Just a human written personalization. Congrats on the dealership growth. That's how a human talks, not congrats on the agile growth of your LLC company, right? Okay, so now since we have the personalization, we have the competitor, well, we can now plug everything into a dream email. So this is what I like to call a dream email. It's like preparing a cake, and then you have all these variables, the competitor, the personalization, the first name and last name, and then you can just plug everything. So let me just do this here. So I'm simply going to copy this entire thing, and then I'm going to go and add a set in tools. So set variables, simply paste this here, and then we're going to have to fill out the cake or prepare the cake. There we go. Noticed dealership name. Dealership name is the organization name, is going head to head with competitor, and competitor is the response that we get, which is the competitor, and then in location, state, which is Tulsa city. Okay, and then we're gonna add a new line here. Make this bullet points, and then add another variable, which is city. There we go. And then before we do this, let's just add the personalization line. Let's see. Variable name, dream email. Let's just run once. And let's see. . Hey David, congrats on your luxury dealership. Maintaining high standard while serving multiple community is a rare blend of reach and quality. Now, the reason you guys see this copy that is very cluttered is because I did something in purpose, which is going to be a learning experience for you guys. So the reason why we get in all this space is because AI outputs spaces. So what you want to do, and this is something that's going to help you guys a ton, add a JSON here, parse JSON, and then we're going to go back, output the leadership name in the correct JSON with no LTD LLC, results equal, and close the brackets. And then add the text response here. Check this out. We have an error, probably because we have like a JSON extra new lines or, okay, let's fix this. So we have an issue, leadership name in the correct JSON. And then we can do rule, no LLC, no LTD. And then let's increase the token size to 1,000. I don't think we're going to have this issue now. Okay, sweet. Now it's fixed. There we go. Now let's add the competitor name here. And then let's see what we're going to get. There we go. Hey, David, so we don't have that issue. So now the only thing we have to do is remove a new line here. There we go. Now it's better. Okay, let's save this. This is going to be dream email. And then the last step is basically plugging everything to Instantly, which is going to be our cold email software. So Instantly, and then we're going to go to Instantly. We're going to create a new campaign. So let me just close all these tabs, log in. And then let me go to campaigns, create a new campaign, first client reward, 5.2K, continue. And then I'm going to create a lead. So create lead. And then I'm going to go to add. And then I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to show you guys how to authenticate. Go to integration. Go to API keys. Go to version 2. API key. Scopes. All. Create. Copy your API key. Go back. Paste it here. And click on save. There we go. Now I'm going to get access to all these campaigns that I have in my workspace, which is the one that I want is going to be 5.2K first client reward. There we go. The lead email is going to be the email found. Personalization is going to be the entire copy. We can add the domain here and also make sure to add HTTP. HTTP. And then the last name is the person's last name. First name is first name. Organization name is company name. And then let's just run once. Okay, let's go back. We have the lead added. Okay, now we can just plug personalization here. And there we go. Now let's just add, for example, let's just put 20. Let's add 20 leads. First one got added. Second one. There we go. We're finding the competitors. Generating the personalization. Congrats on winning 15 Toyota President Awards since 2005. Maintaining customer commitment while scaling across 5 states is remarkably rare. Okay. Awesome. So we're getting all the leads here. Okay, sweet. So everything is going well. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So that's how you build an entire system that's going to allow you to deliver for these similar clients. Keep in mind that you can use the search competitor technique when you are working with any sort of like local business. Even if you are working, for example, like with like a dentist or anything, you can just Google search dentist near, and then you can just find the competitors, and you can just add that into your copy, and it's going to significantly help you deliver the results. So there we go. We found from 12, we found 7 that are valid, which is awesome. Now we can essentially just keep running the entire thing until we finish the entire 1,000 results here. And you can also scrape more all the way to 3.4K, and then essentially just do the entire thing and rinse and repeat over and over again. So there we go, guys. I'm gonna leave you the resources here in the description, so you can just go ahead and get up and run it yourself. So the only thing you have to do right now is just literally get out there, take action, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.